Hi, kids. Full Metal Jacket, released 1987, Stanley Kubrick's second to last film. It is based on a novel, The Short Timers, published in 1979 by Gustav Hasford. It is semi-autobiographical. Gustav was in Vietnam, based on his experiences. So there is 7 years between The Shining and Full Metal Jacket. Kubrick explains this mostly as there wasn't anything that worth pursuing that he really wanted to make during that time. So read The Short Timers. I think he read it twice. He liked it, decided to pursue that. And then he brings in someone who knows more about the subject than he does, much like he did with The Shining with Diane Johnson. He brings in Michael Kerr, who was a war correspondent during Vietnam. So the two of them talk about the book, and then they have a shared interest. They both appreciated it. And then, just like with Diane Johnson, they pretty much just talk for a while. Talk about what the screenplay, what the film would look like, talk about different scenes before they actually set out to write it. Michael Kerr writes a draft, and during this time too, Kubrick is in phone conversations with Gustav Hasford, and they're just going back and forth discussing things. So Kerr writes a screenplay, and then Kubrick has his go at it, and they even have Hasford go over. And the three of them are pretty much just revising, changing little things, moving it around, fine tuning it until ultimately Kubrick takes it, writes the final screenplay for Kubrick, because he's always changing it during shooting. So pretty similar tactic that he did with Shining. Instead of in the days gone by, he would research, and then find something that fit that subject. Now he's finding a subject, finding someone who knows about that subject, and then utilizing their knowledge in writing the screenplay. So much like a lot of Kubrick's films, he knew he wanted Matthew Modine for Private Joker, just like he knew he wanted Jack Nicholson. Sometimes he knows the leads that he wants, Peter Sellers, whoever, but the smaller parts, open casting calls, the sending in tapes. Kubrick does not hold auditions. You just send in your tape and he will look at it. So tape sent in, Vincent D'Onofrio sent in a tape. That's how he ends up as Pyle in the film. Lee Ermey was hired for the film as a technical advisor. He had been a drill instructor during Vietnam. He served as a technical advisor on Apocalypse Now. He made it his goal when production starts to take that role as the drill sergeant. And he went about and he showed Kubrick what he could actually do, and ultimately proved successful, won the part. During filming, he injured himself, broke some ribs, was out for 4 months. So that put a damper on some of the production. Production started shooting August 1985, did not commence till August 1986. This is unlike Kubrick to take a long time, whether or not someone has broken ribs or not. Actually, people getting injured on his set may be a little common if you look at Clockwork Orange. And then the film isn't released until June of 1987, which tells you that Kubrick took his time editing it as well. Maybe clearing some of those songs as well. So they filmed it in and around different locations in England. The end of the movie, Vietnam stand-in, was a Beckton Gasworks property that was set to be demolished. So they got to use that as a demolished area. Even got to, the art director got to tell the wrecking ball when and where to wreck a building. That's fun. So Film made about $120 million at the box office, which is roughly about 4 times the budget. That's good. It was nominated for 1 Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. Kubrick films are always nominated for screenplay. Kubrick doesn't get that statue though. And it had generally favorable acclaim. That is about it for Full Metal Jacket. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe,